Okay, so that's pretty much it. We've got the dice here. We've got the noise markers. I've got the people laid out here so I can see them and all. And we are going to get started. As you see over here, the turn summary. The first thing you do is pass the first player token around. Everybody takes turns moving first in the turn, but that doesn't have to happen since we're playing the solo game. So the next thing is everybody, whoever moves first, chooses one of the characters to do his turn. And I think the one I'm going to do first is Ned. Since Ned gets a free search, he is going to search this room we're in. So you come over here, you draw something off your equipment deck. Let's see what it is. It is the crowbar. Ned has the crowbar now, so I will give it to him. Whoops, he's right there. Let's put it here. As you see, the crowbar is also something. It can be used as a weapon. As you see, if it's used as a weapon, it's a melee weapon, so it has to be in the same space. Rolls one die. You got a 50-50 chance of killing or hitting, 4 or higher. Does 1 point of damage. And as you see, it is a silent weapon when it kills zombies too. The top right of the card there, you see it is also able to open doors. That's what that emblem means. It's the door with the little yellow marker on it, the little burst. It can pop doors open, and it's also silent. There are 2 things that I know of in the game that can pop doors open, a fire axe and the crowbar. And the crowbar does it silently. You'll see the fire axe causes noise. So the crowbar is always good to have to pop those doors if you can use it. Alright, so that is Ned. He's used his search now. And now he is going to use one of his moves and move on up to the next room right outside the door, because that's where probably we're going to be heading next. If we were playing a longer scenario, it would be good to go around, see what all else we can scrounge. If you had a much larger map where you're moving around the entire city, you might want to get extra ammo and armor, which is a hockey mask and that sort of thing. But in this, we're not going to be fighting that many zombies, so it's best to make sure everyone's equipped with a decent weapon and then get moving. So that's what we're going to do now. That's Ned. That's where he's going to go. Next up, we are going to get Amy. Amy is going to draw a piece of equipment now. She's going to search. And she got the fire axe. So you see there, 0, 1 die, 4 or higher. It does 2 damage, so it can take out a fatty. It's a silent if used as a weapon, but you see there it's noisy if it's used to take down a door. So she is going to take the fire axe, put it there, and then she is going to move up. Next, we'll have Phil search. Phil is going to find... Oops, the pistol. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I should have had Doug search next, because I knew the pistol had to be next, because it's crowbar, fire axe, and pistol. So Phil uses a turn to find a pistol. He's already got one, so he's going to use another action to pass that pistol to Doug. So now Doug has a pistol as well. Now, since Doug didn't actually find it, I'm going to have to follow the rules. Since Doug is the one that didn't actually find it, he doesn't get the match set. If he had searched and found it, he would have gotten 2 pistols. So remember that. That was a tactical error on my part and probably caused everybody to lose terribly now, or would be in one of the harder games. So Phil's got one action left. He's burnt 1 searching. He's burnt 1 rearranging his inventory, which includes handing stuff to other people. So now he's going to burn his 3rd one and move up to the door. And now Doug is going to do the same thing. He's going to search. Let's see what he finds. He found a chainsaw. Doug is a very happy camper. He is going to pass it to Phil, use his extra action. There we go. So Phil has the chainsaw now. Let's take a look at that. The chainsaw rolls 5 dice. It hits on a 5 or a 6. It causes 2 points of damage. It's a melee weapon. You can only use it in the same square. And it is both noisy at taking down doors, and it's noisy at killing zombies, as you would imagine. There's no such thing as a quiet chainsaw. So there we are. Everybody's got their 2 items now. Everybody's got a melee, at least a melee, and 2 of the people have ranged weapons. So he is going to use his last point to move up as well. So there we go. That's pretty much everything they can do. Next up, we have the zombies. Now, what zombies do first is that zombies will attack anything that, if any are sitting in a square with another person, zombies have range 0, at least here in the base game. So if they're sitting in a square with a player, they will attack the player. None of them are, so the next thing that they do is they move. So this one's going to move, and zombies always move. The order of target that they use, they always move first toward a character they can see. Okay, they move toward the noisiest character. So if you've got a character, let's say this zombie's sitting right here. Phil is right here. Ned is here. It's got a choice which way to go. Ned sits here, doesn't do anything, doesn't make any extra noise. So Ned just counts as a 1 noise. All right, you got Phil over here. Phil, let's say, either causes noise, which is an action, or he fires his gun. Let's say he fires his gun at a zombie down this street here. That causes a noise. So this zombie's got a choice. He's got a Ned over here who's not making any noise, or he's got Phil who's making noise. He's always going to move toward Phil. Their other choices of movement is if they can't see a survivor, they're going to move toward the square which has the most noise in it. And that would be this square, because this square has 4 players in it. And each player causes 1 noise by itself. So this room has a noise level of 4. So the zombies are going to move as best they can toward the noise. They can't actually go through the door, so they're going to move down here to be outside the door. This one's the same. It's moving down here, so it is going to move down the street now as well toward the source of the noise. There we go. So everybody has activated now. The walkers only move once, and now they spawn. After they've attacked, after they've moved, now they spawn. Right up here is the spawn point. The only one on this map is right up here. So we draw a zombie card. Let's flip it over. And it says it's bad. We are getting, everybody's blue. There's nobody in the yellow, so we read the blue, and we're going to put 2 walkers on the board. Let me drop that there. We're going to come over here to our miniatures box, and we put 2 walkers down in this zone right there. And that's where they spawn in. They don't move this turn. All they do is spawn in. Okay. If we had used it all up, for instance, if this was a big city map and we already had 40 walkers on the board, remember there's a miniature level of 40, all the other zombies would get an extra activation, which means if we can't put any more on the board, everybody else gets an extra turn. So they get to attack anything in their space, or they get to move again. So that's why it is important not to let the zombies build up. Keep killing the zombies, because if they ever max out, they get extra turns. Not good. Okay, so the end phase, we remove any noise from the board, which there is none right now. And then you pass on the first player marker to the next player, which we don't have that either. So that is the end of the first turn. Now, it is time for the people here to work again. So Ned is going to go first. The first thing I'm going to do with Ned is use his free search. And he is going to draw another equipment card. And Ned has gotten canned food. In this particular game, the tutorial game, stuff like canned food doesn't matter. There are other games like City Blocks where you have to go around, and one of the objectives is you have to gather canned food, you got to gather bottled water, you have objectives like that. Here, it's simply a extra item that he can carry, so that if he's injured, whenever you get injured, you have to drop one of your items if you've got a full deck. So this right here just gives him an extra thing to drop, essentially. Okay, so that is Ned. Ned is now going to, that was his free. His next one is he is going to pop this door open. So popping a door open is automatic. So we are going to, whoops. I don't want to do that. Make sure you're on the door. We're going to, boom, blast that door open. There we go. All right, so next up, he is now, let's see, he's got a 50-50 chance to kill that zombie with the crowbar. Now, he didn't make any noise because remember the crowbar is a quiet door opener, so we don't put down a noise marker here. So that is always good. All right, so he's used one action. He's going to use his second action to move forward into the square. And it's not necessary. There are no facing rules or anything, but I like to have my miniatures facing in the correct direction. And then Ned is going to attack that zombie, that walker, with the crowbar. He's going to roll 1 dice, and he needs a 4 or higher. Let's see what Ned gets. And he got a 2, so he has missed the zombie. Now, we need to make sure we take this zombie out, because if he gets his turn, it can now attack Ned. So that narrows us down to these people now have to make sure they get out here so they can attack. Now, I think in order to do that, I am going to skip Amy's. I was going to have Amy search, but instead, I am going to have her use her free move to move out here. So that's her free move. Tell you what, let's put it on over here. Let's get you off that door right now so other people can come through it. That doesn't matter either, but once again, I like things to look good. All right, that's her free move. Now she gets 3 more actions, and she is going to attack with the fire axe here. She needs a 4 or higher, and she'll do 2 damage, which will take it out. So let's roll for her first attack. And she gets a 2, so she misses. Her second attack, she gets a 4, and she takes out the walker. So the walker is now dead and off the board. Okay, so she's still got 1 action. You can't search in streets. You can only search in building rooms, so there's no reason for her to move back in. So she is just going to stay there. Now, our next 2 people, I think Doug will search next. Let's see what he can find. And Doug finds a machete. That's very good. It does 2 damage, hits on a 4 or higher, rolls 1. It's basically the same as a fire axe. It does just as much damage and all as a fire axe. The difference being is that you cannot use the machete to open a door. So he is going to take the machete. I'm going to rearrange my equipment, move the pan out of the way, put the machete here. Get down there. There we go. Move the pan. So he's searched. He has rearranged his equipment, and now he's going to move out. Okay, so he's out here in the zone as well. And then Phil would do the same. Let's find out what equipment Phil finds. Phil finds another pistol. All right. Phil is going to give the pistol to Ned. Whoops. I'm going to move first because I forgot I'm still in here. So I'm going to move out. I've searched. I've moved. That's 2 actions. My third action will be to give the pistol to Ned. So Ned will throw the pan in his reserve now and put the pistol in his hand. So now the only person that does not have a pistol, does not have a ranged weapon, is Amy up here. Now, if Amy had missed the walker whenever she was killing the walker that was here, Ned, if she had missed, I would have needed to move them up here and attack with the frying pans or attack with the frying pan and attack with the chainsaw. Because if you fire into a space that's got characters in it, like if Phil was back here with his pistol and there was a walker standing here, let's grab this one right quick and put it here, and he shot at the walker, you always hit survivors first. On the turn summary down here, you see the order. When you fire into a space, you're always going to hit any survivors there first. Then you're going to hit any walkers. Then you're going to hit any fatties or abominations. And then you're going to hit runners. So you really, really, really don't want to shoot into a space with a survivor. The exception to this is if you have a sniper rifle. If you have the sniper rifle, which has a scope, you get to pick your target. So that's a good reason to have the sniper rifle. All right, so we are going to move him back out here. Let's put the walker back over here where he belonged. Phil, quit laying down the job, man. Get on up here. There you go. So the survivors have all had their turn now. Oh, Amy killed. So Amy gets an experience point. Goes up to, she's now on 1. Okay? So there she is. Remember, you get up to 7 and you get into the yellow zone and you start reading the yellow line on the card. But I really don't think we're going to have to worry too much about getting into the yellow zone before we get to the objective. Okay, no zombies on the board. No zombies that can attack. So the zombies that are on the board are now going to move. This one will move up 1. These 2 will both move up 1. There we go. And it's time to draw another zombie card. So what's going to spawn in this time? This time we get bad. We get 1 walker. So this walker I will put back on the map over here. There. There we go. So as you see, the longer you play the game, the more zombies start spawning in, and eventually these maps can get quite full. All right, I'm going to take a quick break there, go get me some more coffee, hit the bathroom again, and I will be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. We have returned and are ready to continue along here. As you see, whenever we were going, when we left off, our survivors had managed to escape the building they were in, knock down the door, take out a walker, and are now out on the mean streets out here, which are absolutely crawling with zombies. But fortunately, all we have to do is cross the street to our neighbor's house, break in, and essentially get over here to what is essentially a safe room right back over here in the corner. That's what we've got to do now. And I forgot to mention last time, but this game also, the DLC version, also comes with a custom background. You know how Tabletop Sim allows you to change your backgrounds. This comes with a custom background with all 6 of the basic survivors: Amy and Phil and Wanda and Doug and Ned and Josh, all there. So that's really cool too, as the zombies are trying to break in there. One thing I also wanted to point out is we've seen what the special abilities these have. The special abilities for the other characters are Josh is slippery, which means that he can move in zombie spaces without spending extra action points. If you're in a space with a zombie and you want to move out of it, you've got to spend 2 actions to move out of it, or an action for every zombie that's in that space. So if there were 2 zombies and it was you standing here and 2 zombies and you wanted to move out, you had to spend 1 point to get out and 2 points for the zombies that are in it. So you get into a room with a bunch of zombies, they're going to take you down because you're not going to be able to move out. Josh has the slippery ability, so he moves as if there were no zombies there. And Wanda over here has the ability that every time she moves, she's on roller skates, as you see. You see her, where is she at? There she is. She's not only doing the chainsaw lollipop, but she's on roller skates. So every time she moves, she can move 2 squares. So if she was here on this board, let's zoom back in. If she were standing here and she wanted to move, whereas Doug can only move 1, she could move all the way up to here as 1 action. So that's their starting special abilities as well. Okay, so it is the survivor's turn now. We have everybody has spawned in back there. So they are now going to move. I am going to move the ones with the pistols first, and they're each going to spend 2 actions to move up here, and then they're going to take 1 action to shoot. Ned, he's got his free search, but you can't search on the streets. You can only search in buildings. There is a special ability you can get called Hold Your Nose that allows you to search anytime you kill a zombie, but we're not fooling with that at the moment because nobody's got that ability. So Ned is going to spend 1 point moving, and he's going to spend 1 point moving. Let me turn him. There we go. I actually remembered which way to turn him this time. And now he's going to fire his pistol. And using the pistol is going to be 1 dice. It's got a range of 0 to 1, so he can fire in that next space over. 1 dice, he's going to hit on a 4 or higher, and if he hits, it will do 1 point, which will be enough to take out the walker there. And he misses. But he has managed to make a noise. So we put a noise marker in the space here with him. Remember, zombies always go first to the noisiest survivor, and then they go to a noisiest survivor they can see, and then they go to a survivor that they can see that's not making noise, and then they go to the noisiest hex if they can't see anybody. So we're already building up some noise here, so the zombies are going to be attracted to it. So far there's 2 there, and these have 3. Remember, there's 1 noise for every survivor. So at the moment, the 3 of them are actually noisier than Ned firing his pistol. Let's say there was a zombie standing here. The zombie was standing here instead. Nobody else did anything. When the zombie moved, he would move this way because the 3 of them are actually noisier than Ned firing his pistol. But we're fixing to rectify that because things are about to get noisy here. We are going to move up Doug. Doug is armed with a pistol as well, so we need to roll a 4 or higher. And let's see if Doug is going to be able to take out the walker. 50-50 chance. And he got a 2. Nope. So we've got another noise marker here. So already that space there has already gotten noisier than the one down here. So any with a choice would go there. Not an option right now, but when you're on one of the bigger maps with streets that branch out and go everywhere, that's an important thing to remember. All right, Phil, are you going to be the hero here? Let's get you up here. You need to fire the pistol now. That's 2 spaces to move, 1 to get to the pistol. 4 or higher. And he gets a 2. He has missed. Wow, these people are not doing well. Another noise marker. Whoops. Not the whole thing, just the token. So we got another noise marker there. And now Amy's going to move. She's going to move up 2. And she does not have a ranged weapon, so she's going to stop there. And she cannot, it's her weapons all have a range of 0, so she cannot hit the zombie in the next zone. So that is everybody's move. Okay. Now, if the zombie, I didn't move her further because if she moved again, remember she, with the weapon she's got, let's say she missed with the fire axe and she wasn't able to kill him, the zombie would attack her next turn, and zombies automatically hit whenever they attack. So we didn't want her to be in this space here. Okay, so now the zombies move. They always move toward the group with the biggest noise. So this one's going to move forward 1, and he's going to be in the zone with them. Okay, he doesn't attack. Remember, they attack or they move. He doesn't attack, but he's now in their space. It's kind of a tactical thing because now none of them can use their ranged weapons because they'd hit each other, but they will all 4 be able to attack the walker with their melee weapons. Okay, the next 2 are going to move. They move 1, and then this one's going to move. Okay, and now we draw another spawn card. Let's put it here, flip it, and see what it says. We get another walker moving onto the board. So let's get these back over here on the discard pile. Oh, great, come on. Raise your viewpoint so you can see here, Gnarlo. All right, let's grab another walker. And we've had another one spawn in. We really could have used the ability to take you out. That would have been nice. All right, zombies have all moved. So at the end, we take the noise markers off the board. So they are all going to go back in the box. Or you could just You could just delete them if you wanted to. And the way you delete them, I think only the host can do it, but if you hover over it, hit backspace, they delete them. In this case, we've got an infinite number in here. They automatically spawn out new ones, copy out new ones, so it doesn't matter if we delete them. That is fine. Okay, so next up, we have to worry about what are we going to do with this zombie here. Okay, Amy has a fire axe. Who has the chainsaw? Phil, you are going to use the chainsaw. He is going to attack. Chainsaw uses 5 dice, so we are going to grab 2 more dice. Let's get those. Boom. And boom. And we are not worried about noise. Chainsaw makes noise, yep. So just using it, we'll go ahead and throw down a noise token here. Just using it is going to cause noise here, but the zombies know where we are. We're in a one-way street. It really doesn't matter. Alright, 5 dice, and 5 or higher. Now, the first time I played incorrectly because I was adding them together. 5 or higher is on each die. For instance, we've got 6, 6, 5, 5, and 2. So we've actually hit 4 times. You don't add them together and say, oh, that's a 24. You rolled a 6, a 6, a 5, a 5, and a 2. So if you were in a room with 5 zombies, I just killed 4 of them. You see, that's how that works. If you've got these weapons that roll more dice, like this, you swing that chainsaw around, and I would have just killed 4 zombies. So that is more than enough to take out this walker. We will move him back over here. Excellent. Now, I don't know if I want to. Do I want to move him up? That was Phil that did that. That was one action. He is going to move up again, and then he's going to fire his pistol. We'll go ahead and do that. So let's grab this. I think with a pistol I need a what? A 4 or higher. And he got a 3, so he missed. So he's used up all 3 of his turns now. Next up, let's move Doug. Doug has a pistol as well. And he now has 2 actions. So he is going to fire twice. And he got a 5, which takes out one of the walkers. And then he gets to fire again. That takes a noise. Whoops. Phil, we get a noise for Phil. We get a noise for that shot. Now he's going to fire again, which is going to make another noise. Now, for instance, the chainsaw used 5 dice, but it only causes 1 noise marker. Same kind of thing here. If his pistol had rolled 2 dice, if he had let's say a submachine gun or something, and it used 2 dice, rolling those 2 dice still only counts as 1 noise marker because you're only taking 1 action. But since he's doing 2 actions, he's firing a second time, we had to throw down another noise. Okay, and a 3, he misses. All right. Next up, we are going to move Ned. Ned's going to move up 1 space. He's going to fire his pistol. Now, it only counts when you're firing into the space you're working in. You can fire through spaces. Like if Amy had something that had a range of 2, let's say a rifle. She could fire through this space without hitting any of them. She wouldn't have to worry about hitting any of them. It's only the space that you're firing into that you have to worry about your targets. All right, Ned is now going to attack with his pistol. He's going to get 2 attacks. And we got a 5, so he hit on his first one. Took that walker off the board. We need another noise token here. That is a noisy space there now. And Ned has a crowbar. So he's moved, he's attacked, and now he's going to pop that door open. Yeah, let's do that. He is now going to pop that door open, so he automatically pops it open. There you go. No more noise because there's only, it's a noiseless door opener. But now, we have to draw a card for every single one of the spaces on the board here. And I think that's going to cause things to get interesting here in just a second. All right. Well, I'm rolling for the one right outside the door here first, right here first. And that's a phew. So there's no zombie in this room. All right? So that's good. Now, this is the one where I think it gets interesting. We're going to roll for this one now. Okay? We're going to pull it. It's the last one in the deck. Yep, that's the one there. As you see, this one has a manhole cover. So what you do is every sewer, every manhole that is on a tile with at least one character is going to spawn a zombie. Okay? So if you remember here, here's one of the tiles right there. Basically dividing right down the street. This up here is a tile, and this down here is a tile. Both of these tiles have people on them because they split right here. So both of them count as having people on them. So both of these manholes here are going to spawn a walker. That's what I was thinking was coming up next. Normally I wouldn't have popped that door yet. I would have probably moved them back, but this serves as a good, I knew it was coming up, and this serves as a good explanation for how the manholes work here. So there you go. We've got 2 walkers now. Remember, this is the spawn phase, though, so we don't have to worry about them attacking. So we're good there. All right. Ooh. That's not good. That is not good. Y'all are going to get to see what happens when someone gets injured, because the zombies haven't moved yet, have they? All they did was spawn in. So, and even though that counts as that room right there, this is a special card. The card always overrides the board rule. So even though we were checking for that room, they actually spawn out here. Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty. And we've still got 2 more rooms to do. So let's take the deck. So cool. Y'all are going to get to see my mistakes. Going to get to see y'all. Going to let y'all get to see some extra action here. There we go. We've still got 2 rooms. Let's do the room with the objective. And don't be another manhole. Good. All right. Nothing in the objective room. Now, don't be another manhole. Don't be another manhole. Good. All right. We do have 2 zombies in there. So as you see, there weren't that many zombies. There were only 2 in that building. But you do that for every building you open. So as you go along, it can get quite nasty. Some of these buildings can be absolutely packed with zombies, especially if you're opening them once you're in the yellow or the orange range. So one of the tactics is to send the people around like Josh, who's slippery and can get in and out, or send the people like Wanda, who can move 2 a turn, and have them go around and open up all the doors while you're still in the blue range. Okay, so that has got Ned's turn. So Ned, and I forgot to move the experience markers too, didn't I? All right, let me fix that. Let me get the experience markers where they need to be, and I will be back in just a moment. All right, I went back and I threw that last turn and looked at the recording, and I got the experience dealt out appropriately. Everybody has 1 experience point. Everyone has killed 1 zombie. So we're doing good. If we were playing a larger game, we would be maintaining experience control well. Now, if Phil had killed all of those, he would have 4, and he'd be in a lot of danger of going up a level. So just to let you know, with his chainsaw, he can wipe out a large number of zombies at once, which is good. That's very good because you can clear a room. It's very bad in that he can out-level the other people and end up with a lot of trouble. So there you go. Now, we got 1 person left. We've had 2 zombies spawn in that same zone, and we got 1 person left. We've got Amy here. Now, Amy can use her free move to move up. Now, anytime you move into a zone that already has zombies in it, you have to stop. So she can use her one move and move up, and then she has to stop. Now, as I said, if she wanted to move on out, she could spend 3 points, and she could actually move out into the next one because she's got a free move and then 3 actions. Most people couldn't do that because most people, these 2 zombies, it's 1 point per zombie because they're trying to grab onto you. So you got to kind of shrug them off. Now, someone that's got slippery can move in 1 point. Slippery, they can spend another point and move out because they don't have to spend any for zombies. But you always have to stop. The thing is, there's Wanda. Let's say Wanda here. Remember, she's got her roller skates on. Whoa. Wanda's got her roller skates, and she moves 2 spaces every time that she moves. So let's say she was back here. Ordinarily, she'd spend 1 action point and she'd move 2 spaces. But she can't do that. 1 space, you have to stop when you get to a zombie. So she would have to stop here, and then she would have to spend, just like everybody else, 3 points to move out. So she wouldn't be able to do that either until she got an extra action. Let's throw her over here, since we're not using her. Amy is going to move up, our favorite little goth girl. She is going to move up. Now she's got a fire axe. So she has got 3 actions left, so she is going to attack both of these walkers. And hopefully, she's going to be able to take them down. Now, Fire Axe, she rolls 1 dice, but she's got a 50-50 chance. And with the 2 points, she will definitely take out the walker very easily if she hits one. So let's take a look here. Roll the dice. And I think that's a 1, if I remember right. I think the Molotov is a 1. Yep. So she has missed. Now, let's try for a second go. And she's got a 5, so she's taken out one of the walkers. And this is a quiet weapon when it comes to killing zombies. If she was busting the door, we'd be throwing down a marker, but she's killing zombies, so it's quiet. Now let's see, 1 more chance. We got a 50-50 of not taking any damage next turn. And she gets a 4, so yes, she's able to take out these 2 walkers. Now, having said that, remember she has to bring up her experience. So we're going from a 1 with her up to a 3. So we are now at 3. She's only 4 zombies away from putting us in the yellow zone. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so that is all the survivors have taken their turns now. So now the zombies. If any of these were still here, they would attack us. But none of them are. They're gone, so that we're good there. We'll move this one up. We will move this one up. We're going to move these 2. We'll come through here. They have to go through doors. As you see, there's a door right there behind Phil. So they go through the doors. And they are now, we're going to have to go through them to get over here. So all the zombies have moved. Now we have the dangerous part, the spawn in. And we could pull that card and get the sewers again. So let's see what happens. We got 3, so we got a 2/3 chance of getting that card on one of these 2 pulls. I mean, a 1 in 3 chance of getting it. Fortunately, that didn't happen. All we did was spawn in 1 walker. So she is going to spawn in right here in that zone. Alright, so everybody has moved now. Now that the turn is over, let's get rid of the sound markers. And 1 more. There we go. Everything goes quiet again until we get up here and start making noise once more. Okay, so at this point, I think Doug is going to... Now we're getting into the danger part. Let's say Doug is going to shoot in there at one of the walkers. He's got a pistol. He's going to need a 4 or higher. So let's have him go. And he gets a 3, so he has missed. He's going to shoot in there again at the walker. And he gets a 4, so he's taking one of the walkers out this time. Good. He's got 1 more point. Do I want to move in there Do I want to shoot another walker? I think I'm going to go ahead and shoot in there and try to take that other walker out. Then the building will be clear. And we'll no longer have to worry about that. He gets a 6. Stand up, Amy. So he has taken out the other walker. Now we've cleared the building. All the walkers in the building are we no longer have to worry about anything coming up there. We've just got the ones coming this way. Okay? So that was Doug. Now we're going to have Ned is going to shoot. He's going to see if he can take out that walker in the street there with us. Once again, a 4, 5, or a 6. And we've got a 5. So we'll take that one out. He has got 2 more turns. I'm going to have him move into the room. Boom. I'm going to have him move 1 more. So ordinarily he's got 3 turns now. And let's see. He killed a zombie. So he's at 2. And I was almost forgetting here, Doug killed 2 zombies, didn't he? So he's moved up to 3. There we go. Now, he is going to use, since I've moved him, ordinarily that would be the end of his turn, but he's going to use his free search. So go ahead and search, and don't... Oh, wow, awesome. He found a rifle. Rifle has a range of up to 3 zones. It rolls 1 die. It hits 2/3 of the time, 3 or higher, and does 1 damage. Nice job there, Doug. Or Ned. Okay, he's going to take the rifle instead of the pistol. He will move the pistol back into his last area here in reserve. You've got 3 reserve spaces back here. These 2 up here, the ones in your hand. 3 back there. Actually, he can't do that because that would require him to rearrange things. So he's going to have to put that into his backpack and rearrange it next turn. Because he would have to, since he's got a pistol and a crowbar in his hand already, he would have to rearrange, spend an action rearranging to put the rifle up here. So we'll have to keep there with the pistol right now. But well done, Doug. Okay, so we've got 3 noise trackers for the 3 zombies we've shot and killed. Always got to remember to do those. It would be a whole lot easier if I would just remember step by step. It's one of the things when I've watched people play Battlestar Galactica before online, and they always get in trouble because they don't start at the top of the card and work their way down. They always do stuff here in the middle, and that screws them up whenever they do the actions at the first. Like the first action will say, all the Vipers shoot. Well, that would be normal. That would be good, except for they've already thrown the 4 extras on the board that shouldn't already be on the board yet. So they're making it harder for themselves. I need to remember to go step by step here. I really do. All right, so that's got Ned there. And who is next? Ned has gone. Doug has gone. I'm going to let Phil go now. Phil's going to do the same thing. He's going to move up 1. And then he's going to move 2 and search. You see, that's dangerous. It is dangerous to do this, but I've still got Amy. So we'll do that. He will move up 2 and search. Let me get this board up here. Get that off the board. And we'll see what we have. He has found a scope. You put the scope together with the rifle, and you get a sniper rifle. So if these guys are playing a larger map, they are doing really, really good now. You get that, you get a sniper rifle. Now you can fire into a hex or into a zone that already has a person in it, and you get to choose what you shoot. You don't automatically hit survivors first. You get to choose your target. So that is awesome. All right, Phil. Let's put that on you. Throw it in your backpack. Good. And next up is Amy. Amy's going to move in now too. That was one of the things I was worried about, was because one of the equipment cards you can draw is that it will cause you to find a zombie. It says that stack of clothes that you thought, that stack of rags, is actually a zombie, and the zombie spawns in the room with you. So I didn't want him spawning a zombie and being out of the ability to attack it. So that's why I was glad I had Amy in reserve. So Amy's going to use her first move here. That's her free move. That's going to use her move number 1, move number 2, and she's got a third action that she should be able to take the marker now, correct?
Government officials
Um, Yep, take an objective token or activate an object. So there you go. She can get up there, and with her last action, she is able to take the marker, and we have now won the game. We have reached the objective. So like I said, a very short, very simple little scenario here. Worked out really well. And to give you a taste of what the game's like, I really like it. It's basically it's like Left 4 Dead with as a board game, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of expansions for it. If you're buying the actual box sets, it can get a little expensive. Each one of the big main expansions is about $50. And there's smaller expansions you can get with like miniatures and stuff that are like 20, I think, 20 or 25. But it is well worth it. It is a very fun game and a very nice game. So there you go. You won't probably see me playing any more solo on this. You will see it again in the future because it's a good multiplayer game too, and that's why you won't see me playing any more solo. Is because all these games are so much fun whenever you've got other people with you to share in the joy of getting eaten. So in the future, any of them will be whenever we're playing me or Mind Fiend or Dwindon together and killing zombies together. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I said a little taste of the game here. And we will see you next time whenever I'm in a little bit better shape and can concentrate on something for more than 15, 20 minutes at a time. So I will see you then, and bye-bye.